Hey everybody, welcome back. Stacker here. This is U.S. Mint News and Reviews, and I want to thank all the channel members. Really appreciate all y'all support. Thank you very much. Now over here to the bullion sales at the United States Mint. They're updated every weekday by 5 p.m. I doubt with 2 days left of the month that we're going to see any additional numbers added for the month of August. So there's that. But check this out. The premium for the American Silver Eagle went up almost 90 cents or 90 cents yesterday. We're almost at 8.49. We were at 7.49 yesterday morning, and they're going to buy those American Silver Eagles off of you for 26.23. Now let's go here to the United States Mint product schedule for September 7th. That's a week from tomorrow, folks. The United States Mint is going to be selling the American Eagle 2023 1-ounce Palladium Uncirculated coin, and it is part of the American Eagle coin series right there. Now let's keep on keeping on. Here we are. Now the price is to be determined, but if we look on the pricing grid, we have an idea if we look at the price of palladium. Now, what would be fantastic is if the United States Mint actually had a pricing grid for their silver products, right? Because that's a precious metal, right? So that's kind of a miss, I believe. Now, this has a mintage limit of 6,000, product limit of identical number 6,000, household order limit of 10, all right? And it is the 23 American Eagle Palladium coin, has an uncirculated finish. Each coin contains 99.95% palladium, and it's minted at the United States Mint at West Point in limited quantities. No doubt about that. Now, here we go. This is the description. In 2017, the United States Mint introduced an American Eagle 1-ounce Palladium bullion coin. All right, and I'll show you the history of that here in a second because there was a little bit of a, I don't know if it's going to sell because of the research they had done, but it's just kind of par for the course, really, if you ask me. Then it was followed by a collector version of Palladium Proof coin in 2018, and then a reverse proof coin in 2019. Now, in 2020, for the first time, the United States Mint offered the American Eagle 1-ounce Palladium Uncirculated coin. That was just 3 short years ago. The 2023 American Eagle 1-ounce Palladium Uncirculated coin returns this year for collectors. The obverse, that's the heads, all right, feature of this design features a high relief likeness of the Winged Liberty from the Mercury dime. That's the obverse, designed by world-renowned designer Adolf A. Weinemann. In keeping with the original coin design, inscriptions are Liberty in God We Trust 2023 and Weinemann's distinct initials as an artist mark. And there it is right there above the date on the right-hand side of the coin. And then the West Point Mint mark is under the In God We Trust. So don't be confused by the AW, not the root beer, all right, but the AW, Adolf Weinemann initials. That some people get that a little mixed up, but look at the W there. That's how you can tell. Now let's keep on keeping on. The reverse, that's the tails. Design features a high relief version of the 1907 American Institute of Architects gold medal reverse, also by Weinemann, which includes an eagle and a branch. And I think the eagle's ripping a laurel branch out of a rock on that one. Inscriptions are United States of America, $25, 1-ounce PD palladium, the chemical symbol for palladium, three nines and a 5. Fine and E pluribus unum. Each coin is encapsulated and packaged in a black box. That's a miss. It's not in a clamshell, and is accompanied by a certificate of authenticity. Folks, what if you could just take this box and say, you know what, I want to exchange it for a clamshell. So when you're ordering this that day or whenever you purchase it, can't you just be like, well, I'd like to add the box. So you check a box and say, hey, sell me it in a clamshell because I want to get rid of the box. I'm not into it. Now, there is the eagle ripping out the laurel branch out of a rock over there. I guess he's going to be using it to do some nesting. There it is. Okay. So there's the specs right there. It's $25. And really, I think that's only symbolic because it has to have, because it's legal currency. Well, there it is, $25. And could they be $1,000 coin? Could it be $1 trillion coin? You know what I'm talking about? Now it's got the uncirculated finish. Composition is 99.95% palladium. It's got 1 ounce, troy ounce that is, because that's really important when you're talking about precious metals, because troy ounce and ounce are actually different. Now the diameter is 1.340 inches, which is 34.03 millimeters. It's got the reeded edge and West Point Mint mark. And no privy mark. So that's pretty interesting. Are you going to be into this, folks? Are you going to be buying this coin? If so, the household order limit is 10. Remember that. You can only buy 10. Now, here we are at Wikipedia. I wanted to read this to you. I highlighted some of the more important parts here. And you won't believe, well, you probably will believe because it's kind of par for the course. Now, the American Palladium Eagle is the official palladium bullion coin of the United States. Each coin has a face value of $25 and is composed of 99.95% palladium, fine palladium, with 1 troy ounce of actual palladium weight. Now, the Palladium Eagle was authorized by the American Eagle Palladium Bullion Coin Act of 2010, which became law 113-303, passed during the 111th United States Congress in December 2010 and signed by then President Barack Obama. So 2010, all right, and the first one that came out, I believe, was in 2018. They got, or maybe 2017. Yep, there it is, 2017 right there. I'll read that in a second. The coin uses Adolf Weinemann's obverse design of the winged Liberty head, Mercury dime, Liberty wearing a winged hat. There it is, winged hat right there. While its reverse design is based on Weinemann's 1907 American Institute of Architects metal design. The mint was directed to obtain an independent study of whether there would be, oh, here we go, this is the kicker. The mint was directed to obtain an independent study of whether there'd be enough market demand to justify the issuance of the piece. It voided its first contract for such a study on learning that the contract firm had ties to the palladium industry. And I would imagine all the companies that, well, they would contract have some kind of ties to the palladium industry. Now it says here the contract was re-awarded to New York-based CPM Group, which conducted the necessary research. Was it necessary? I don't know. Couldn't they just ask the general public if they're into it instead of spending all that money with these guys? Which research between May and July 2012. And the CPM Group is these folks here. I'm going to leave a link in the description. That's cpmgroup.com, Platinum Group Metals, all right? Keep on keeping on. Now, on March 1st, 2013, the Mint submitted a report to Congress based on the study, finding that demand would most likely not be sufficient to sustain a market in palladium bullion coins. Well, that is obviously not the most accurate report because guess what? Well, right down here, and I've highlighted it, a bullion version sold directly to the United States Mint authorized purchasers was released September 25, 2017, and a proof version at $1,387 was released September 6, 2018. Now, here you go. Both offerings were met with strong response. I guess there goes that study saying that there was. How do they get that so wrong? Demand would most likely not be sufficient. It's a head scratcher, but like I said, it's par for the course. They should just ask the collectors instead of going, hey, let's like imagine if you wanted some food, right? And you wanted to order takeout. And the person buying the takeout, okay, wouldn't ask you what you want for takeout. They're going to go ask your neighbor if you want takeout. And what do you want? I mean, it's just like, how would my neighbor know? Anyway, it makes you wonder. It's a head scratcher, isn't it? And proof versions were so, here we go. Check this out. This is the hilarious part, all right, because they couldn't believe it. Both offerings were met with a strong response. The 2017 bullion version sold out the day of the release and sold out within 5 minutes. Yowza. I'd say that was pretty strong demand. Now it says here sales of the 2018 proof version were suspended pending verification of the existing 14,782 orders out of a maximum of 15,000 orders. I mean, come on. I mean, that's just screaming that people want that in a big way. Secondary market sales for the proof version were also strong on September 6th, with many listings selling at a $600 premium over the Mint's retail asking price. Now, a 2019 reverse proof version was released on September 12th, 2019. And they got the Mint figures right here. And look at this. Somebody has already added 2023 to this particular chart. I think that's fantastic. Normally, the coins on Wikipedia, the mintages aren't usually set up this quickly, but somebody is really into this, and I think that's fantastic. So you can see also these items here. Now let's go to the plus one, folks. Bam! Nope. Bam! There it is. This is Proverbs 24, 21, and 22. It says, "Fear the Lord, my child, and the king. Do not mix with inconsistent people, for their disaster will arise suddenly, and who knows the punishment of both." And I think what that means, if we're trying to wrap our head around this, is says we got to fear both the Lord and our mortal king or ruler or president, whatever you call it. But fear of the Lord must come first and foremost. Now, you want to avoid the friendship of, now, isn't that hardcore? You got to avoid the friendship of somebody, like don't mix with inconsistent people. What that means is don't hang out with people or somebody who wavers between the Lord and their king, because you don't know who they really serve. And they're going to be punished. I don't know why, for what reason, but you cannot know whose punishment will be greater, the Lord's or the king's. Now let's enter in at 3 9's fine, 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. Yeah, this is Billy Squier. Everybody wants you. So there it is, folks. I want to thank y'all for watching. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you're hearing, please sub the channel. It's free. Stack around.